Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Jeremy, founder of quickmail.io.
Hey, this is Jack, lead gen officer at salespread.com.
Nice.
Today we've
Today,
got a
the teardown.
teardown.
Oh, man,
That's
we
actually
suck
pretty
at that.
good.
I don't know. Maybe it's because
Synced
of
on
the lag
my
of Zoom.
side.
It's
That's what
not
it
on
is.
mine.
We'll blame it on that. That's right. Today we're coming at you with another teardown. Is there a theme? Jeremy,
Oh,
again,
yeah. Is
you're the
there a theme?
recipient. What's going on with this?
I don't
What's the
know.
topic?
Oh, I don't know. I think there is, we have a follow-up, which is interesting. We should do another episode with just lots of follow-ups because it'll be fun to compare them. But in this case, it's more about, we have a sort of different spin on, hey, we have a team for you of engineers,
Right.
because that's a very common theme. We get that a lot. And so slightly different spin, which I like, or maybe not. I won't say it before. And then the second one is a bump email that is a bit different. And also, I think that's worth tearing down.
Agreed. All right. So we got an exciting, different teardown coming at you. But first, quick word from our sponsors, because today most B2B companies lack the time or the expertise to turn those cold prospects into warm sales qualified leads that want to hear your pitch. So at salespread.com, we'll bring you one lead every single day, Monday through Friday, by sending ultra personalized cold emails and LinkedIn messages for you. So you don't have to worry about prospecting, list building, personalization, copywriting, outreach strategy, follow everything. So if that sounds interesting, head over to salespread.com, check out some content, and get in touch and let us help you make some money with outbound.
Nice. I absolutely love it. All right. Today, it's also hard to scale an agency that manages cold outreach once you pass the 10 client mark. Keeping track of all the inbox and their sending reputation becomes an absolute nightmare. Meanwhile, you're worried how to keep getting results for your clients, but your team doesn't have the visibility on which client needs the most attention. Not to mention having to deal with unhelpful support, which is usually the case when you go for something else than QuickMail, every day asking you why some part of the tool is not working again. That is why some of the biggest cold email agencies in the world chooses QuickMail. It's absolutely no drama. It just works, and you can scale your business without worrying that things will break while you're away. So if your operation is looking for the most robust, flexible cold email tool software to scale your business, head over to quickmail.io and start a trial, or even better, ask for a demo. You'll be glad you did. We have an awesome support and they will help you out.
Well said. All right. So now let's do a couple things. Let's throw 10 minutes on the clock. Boom. We're going to try and get through the first touch plus a follow-up. We're started, which means now
we're losing some.
We're going to go ahead and share. That's right. Okay, we're losing time. Here we go. We got 9 minutes on the clock. Let me make this appropriately sized. All right. Subject
We're going to
reads,
have time for that. Let's go. Subject.
Remote team in Mexico for QuickMail.
All right.
Jeremy. Yes, I love no salutations. Straight to it. Jeremy. Gnome,
nice.
Mono, Xamarin all prove that Mexicans can create impactful software. Our Fortune 500, Global 500, and Future 50 brands can attest to this as they engage our nearshore teams to deliver high-end solutions. In February, one of our U.S. clients will be completing an engagement with our Mexican team. The company's CTO praised our experts as dedicated, dialed in, and performing on par with senior-level U.S. developers. If you seek these qualities in engineers, I'd love to send a few resumes your way. Our track record includes 120 plus happy clients, from patented machine learning systems shortlisted by Gartner to apps featured by the App Store. Our deliverables fuel our clients' success. Would you like to explore our cost-effective collaboration model during a 15-minute call?
Boom. What do you make
There's
of that?
There's a lot there, but I think it's actually pretty darn sharp, and I'll tell you why. It's concrete. So
authority. Yeah, an authority.
Sure.
Don't forget authority.
But I believe it. I believe it now. Check it out. Their CTO would have been great if they included it, but it said,
it's true.
The CTO said X. Next, they said, I'd love to send a few resumes your way. That's an easy one. And I feel like that should have been maybe the call to action, right?
I like it.
And then 120 plus, the 120 plus happy clients, that's cool. The Fortune 50, the there's a lot here. It's too much for one message,
Yes, I
but I
agree.
kind of get it. I kind of get it. What do you think?
So there's a lot of things I like. I think they play too much on the authority, like okay, they played like 3 times on authority, like all these three. Um,
One,
yeah, exactly.
2, 3, 4, 5.
That's right, 5 things, but in 3 paragraphs, right? I would have loved to see like 1 or maybe 2 paragraphs on authority, and maybe another one on something else, maybe reciprocity, maybe liking, something like there's zero personalization whatsoever. Maybe that's the liking stuff that is missing here for me, right? Reciprocity is a bit difficult, but you could still get away. What I do like for is that they sort of like try to reframe about like Mexican work. Like for me, I don't really care, but it looks like after reading this email, it basically means that Mexicans got a bad rep. that's what I
You're
could
right
say, right?
about that. I
By
think you're
reading it,
right,
right?
which is bad. You don't want to create that position.
That's right. But
Right?
to some extent, they say, I mean, they're trying to again, like I'm not aware or whatever, but it looks like they're trying to fight against some prejudice, right? Fine, and
Good
then they come
point.
with like a lot of authorities, for doing it. But
So what
you're changing it to developers, but I do like the same Mexicans because that's
you
basically
do?
the angle on their brand. It's like we give you great Mexicans. Fine. It's basically, and what I like is their value proposition is like as best as US, cost less. That's that's how you can resume it, and I think it's great. That's an angle. Whether it works or not obviously depends on who you're contacting, but I mean that's a clear positioning,
Yeah.
and I like that. That's a clear positioning that's backed up, so why not?
Yep. Check out one other thing here. There's just so much in this email. Honestly, it is good. It's just a bit overwhelming. But think about
Yeah,
this. We haven't mentioned one of our US clients will be completing an engagement.
yeah, I
So
like
there's some
that.
scarcity,
Yes,
right?
like we got a new slots opening, right? Because we're in February. I just received this email, so
Mm-hmm.
not bad idea. Not a bad idea. I like that. So there's a little bit of scarcity. You're right. That's another influence factor.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't play it as much, right? They could have added
That's
it like
right.
an extra line saying like, we only can accommodate 10 clients every,
Yeah, exactly. Or the
every
call to
month.
action, would you be open to a call so you can consider if this is worth checking out the slot that just became available, something like that, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that.
Um, okay. I still think there's a few more bits to unpack before we move on to the follow-up. And namely, there's so many elements from authority, scarcity, like the angle. What do you think is the most powerful line in this whole cold email?
Good question. I don't like the 120 plus happy clients. It looks based on what? It's just like, I don't know. For me, like,
Yeah.
I don't think it adds more, except you could say that, we've been serving more than 100 clients already. And that is like a different thing. Like, the happy clients, like, yeah, whatever, am I
Everyone
going to
says
sell it?
that. That's
Yeah,
why it's wrong.
exactly.
Everyone says that. Okay.
Exactly. No one will tell you like, hey, we've been serving 120 clients, unhappy clients. It's just like, it's not gonna happen. And I'm sure out of the 120, some people think like, yeah, not working. So, it's unbelievable. I think that's the problem. Then the other
Okay.
thing is like, I don't know, like patented, ML system shortlisted by Gardner. It's like, does that really apply to me? I don't really care, right? I would care about maybe the technology they've been using, that is
Okay.
like more in line with me. Like, what if your developer are doing PHP? We don't do PHP, right? So from a
Right. There you
technical
go. There you
standpoint, it
go.
looks odd
It's
to me.
inappropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So are we
Jeremy,
really
for
talking to
me,
me, or is it just shotgun? That's kind of the thing.
I'm going to highlight what got me. These are my 3 sentences. This is what I would be tempted to write in message 1. Jeremy, in February, one of our US clients are completing. The CTO said X. Would you like to explore? Now,
Yeah.
for sure, it's missing stuff. But if I had to pick 3, I do like this. I do like the, hey, we've got a spot open. It kind of, without saying we're busy, it says we're busy and sought after.
I like that.
What's
However,
the
I will
okay?
drop the name
Yeah,
of the company.
even better.
So
And
I
then you
can,
have the whole package, the credibility,
Exactly.
right?
Because then you have the credibility. You know, I can go and check out this CTO and ask him myself, right? So I would ask the
Yes.
CTO, and then I'll just put it. It's like, if the CTO really was loving this company they're working with, they will have zero problem just saying like, hey, that's fine, you can name us. Simple.
Well said.
As soon as they do
Okay.
that, credibility goes up, and you don't need to broadcast authority type of thing.
It almost backfires a bit if you're
Yeah.
so authority. It's like, whoa, like, you know, would
is there something
world's
fishy
greatest
here?
have
Yeah, it's
yeah.
like
Okay.
it's funny, like it's sort of backfire, you know. But
Sure. Okay.
good.
Let's
Good
check out the
stuff
follow-up. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Follow-up says
different thing. It's actually not the same follow-up. It has nothing to do with the previous one, right? So it's just like an interesting follow-up. So we're not talking about the follow-up of this.
Let's break our conversation here. Totally
That's
different
right.
email. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you very much. Okay.
Because I see you like going on the same track. Like, no,
I was about to. All right. Subject is small issue. Okay, send this to a founder of a technology.
I thought there was a problem with the software.
That's like bug found or something, right?
That's right.
Which is be careful. But here's how it goes. Hey, Jeremy, I totally understand you're busy, and replying to a cold email is not as delightful as a vicious root canal on a Tuesday. But even a 1 or 2 word reply would make my day, and maybe even yours. Regards, founder and growth advisor. P.S. Unsubscribe. Sentence.
So imagine you're receiving that, Jack. What do you do?
Yeah, I hate this. Because Paul could have said one other great thing about the offer, and he didn't. Instead, it was kind of like cheeky about the root canal. 1 to 2 word reply about what, Paul? Do I really need to go and reference your first message? Why didn't you just say one line that I didn't know about what you were doing? Hey, this was approved by blah, you know? It's the problem with bump emails. You waste an opportunity to add something new to the sales conversation. But that's me. What about you?
It's not just a bump email. It's a mouse and whisker. I resented the email. Right?
What? I don't understand.
Resentment? I think it's English, right? Isn't it? Like resenting something? Isn't that?
Oh, you resent it.
You hate it.
Sorry.
Yeah. Even more than hate it. Like I really resented it. So, you know, when you're forcing my priorities on how I'm reading my email to just tell me like, it's a bump email, you know, I appreciate if you finally answer me, man, I'm getting mad, right? Absolutely. I didn't reply to this person and so on, but, you know, don't hold that in high esteem. And I said it like a few times, right? Like, don't mislead your user, or your reader. They're going to hate you for that. And it's like, what great relationship started with, you know, misleading someone? None. Well, I don't think it's a great relationship.
No, of course not. And I think we're all looking at the subject line as small issue, but there's no issue in the actual email itself.
Exactly. Right. Okay. No, this is funny. Like, imagine you would have changed small issue to something else. I don't think it would have come into this teardown. It would just have been qualified as a rubbish bump email, and then that was done.
There you go.
But because there is this small issue, the contract between, you know, what you're broadcasting to someone and what's inside is broken, and then, you know, resentment follows. So don't do that, guys.
Don't do that. Indeed. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing for the moment. Okay. Interesting. I feel like email one for sure.
Yeah.
Good example of what not to do when you're wondering, like, what do they actually mean when they say break the cold email contract?
That's right.
Case in point. Also, hopefully you're listening. Maybe you've even checked out course.quickmail.io, and by now you know not to waste any follow-ups without adding something new. Please, that's like the easiest improvement we can all make.
So true. And in fact, we do have like a good replies on some of our great follow-ups. In fact, the best follow-up we had, I'm not sure if we did a teardown of this one. We should do if we haven't, but we have a campaign where our follow-ups, the reply we had was like, oh, that's great. I was just about to ask you that. It's like, man, spot on. Great stuff, right? Anyway.
Where you're predicting the objections. Yeah, I do love that. All right, Jeremy. Well, it's kind of a nice episode because you can see the first email highlights a lot of the tactics and like weapons of influence that can be used in a way that gets me. Yeah. And then the second one just ignores all that and goes kind of the cheeky route.
It's no fun, man.
Exactly. So both need some work, but they're both pretty darn good. Jeremy, thanks for sharing that one. As always, that was a blast.
Awesome. Thanks, Jack.
See ya.
Appreciate it.